Satnam. We're going to do an energy reading today. It's going to be an energy reading of the body, Kundalini energy, our life force energy, and a chakra reading. And then we're going to pull a card from my Body Guru deck and see what kind of movement, breath work, maybe meditation we can do to support our nervous system. So we'll jump right in to a Kundalini energy card from this Kundalini Oracle deck that I made. I am Ananda Devjit, and thank you for being here. If you want to donate your energy, so these messages are a little bit more geared toward you personally, you can do that by liking, subscribing, commenting. It kind of helps me tap into your energy personally for a future reading. So, you know, the message might be a little bit more tailored toward what's going on in your body versus the collective, because this is a collective reading. And it is also timeless. This is the a chakra affirmations deck that I created, and we're going to pull 3 of these cards and see what's happening in our body. Which chakras are maybe need a little love, which are in a nice balance, which ones are in a nice balanced place. Let's just check it out. There's 1, 2 more. 1 more. 1 more, 1 more, 1 more. This one. Okay, and then Body Guru. What does our body want to do today? How does it want to move? Do we want to do a meditation? We're going to do this today. So, Kundalini energy, Anand, which is also my name. Isn't that cool? Anand means bliss. Anand is an energy of bliss. And basically it means I am in an energy of knowing that I'm enough. I move authentically in the ways that I believe, and I'm at peace with who I am and how I move in this world. It's kind of like when our mask falls off and what it is that we're left with after that mask is when you learn to love that person, when you learn to love that version of you, when you learn to be fully accepting of that version of you that isn't putting on a show for others, but you're being like wholly authentically yourself. When you are being who you truly are, it allows you to live in Anand. It allows you to live in this state of bliss. And the bliss isn't like, oh my God, I just feel happiness every day, and like, oh, like the sun shines on my face. It's not like blissful in like some sort of like cheesy way. It's blissful in a very peaceful, calm, authentic energy. I feel safe in my body. I feel safe to move in the world and present to the world who I truly am. And I don't feel like I have to wear a mask or pretend. I feel like I can move authentically and I can move as I am. And that's a state of bliss. Just being comfortable with who you are and being able to be your authentic self. It's a very beautiful energy. It's also very, very powerful. So if this is resonating with you and you are in this energy for yourself, that you're actually feeling good about who you are and you're able to actually present who you truly are and come as you are, if you will, to the world, then congratulations. That's a really hard place to get to. So if you are in that energy, I'm proud of you. I know intuitively. That is the crown chakra, the color purple. You might be resonating with the color purple lately. So our crown chakra when it's in a, this card is upright, so that's leading me to believe that your crown chakra is in a nice balanced state right now. So you're probably really connecting spiritually with openness, being aware, the present moment. You're probably maybe you have some spiritual practices in place that you're consistently doing. And I know intuitively, meaning I just know. I don't know why I know, but I just know. I know things, I feel things, and things are, maybe your spiritual gifts are opening up. Maybe, you know, your crown chakra is open and balanced to this point where your spiritual gifts are really enlivening and you're able to move authentically as you truly are in this Anand. And so your spiritual gifts are really showing up right now. And you know intuitively, you don't know why you know, but you do know that that it's happening for you, that it's all happening for you in the ways that it's meant to. I love openly. I love openly. That's very beautiful. That's a really beautiful energy. Your heart chakra's open. It's balanced right now. You aren't afraid to love what you love. You aren't afraid to love yourself as you are in this Anand energy. You aren't afraid to be who you are. You aren't afraid to just put yourself out there with your heart open. You are receiving right now. So this also goes along with your crown chakra being open, meaning you're receiving what the universe is offering to you right now spiritually, because your heart is open. So your heart's, you've got this energy of an open heart to receive. So things are coming into you, things are coming to you, and you're accepting them. And it's really, it's not an easy place to get to be in this receptive energy. A lot of times our, you know, for people like us who are intuitives, who are empaths, we're givers. We want to give all the time. And we're not necessarily so good at receiving. So right now you're in a really receptive energy. And that's a really beautiful place for yourself to be in, for you to live in this state of Anand where you're believing in yourself, where you are moving as yourself, where you're knowing that you are enough. I love purposefully. I love purposefully. Now this is also the heart chakra, but it's in the reverse position. So I love purposefully, meaning, so maybe your heart actually is, so like I was just saying in the about giving and receiving, I feel like your heart is open to get, or excuse me, your heart is open to receive, but maybe you're not that great at it yet, you know, while your heart is open to receive, like you're used to being a giver. So receiving is a little bit unnatural for you because you are constantly wanting to give to others. Whereas I love purposefully, meaning there is something that isn't quite, you're not quite receiving because you're not sure that you deserve it. So you're kind of like, I don't know if I should really be open to receiving this because I don't quite know if I deserve it. Well, let me tell you that you do deserve it. And whatever it is, we can open our heart to receive that. So it's a very interesting balance of giving and receiving that I feel like our heart chakra is in right now. So we want it to be open, and we do open it. But sometimes we're just like, I still need to like protect myself a little bit, you know? And so maybe sometimes it does fall into that phase of being in an unbalanced position because we want to protect ourselves. And when we're doing that, we have to remember that we're also closing ourselves off to receiving from the universe as well, or just receiving from our loved ones, or receiving the good as well as the bad, you know? So we don't want to close our heart off because we want to be open to receiving. we can't receive the good if we don't also like feel the bad. You know, it's the law of duality. It's just that is just the way the world works. Everything has an opposite. So if we feel the good, then we also have to feel the bad. You know, it's a balance. It's light and dark. It's the way of the world. And so when we open our heart to receive, we have to also be willing to feel things that we don't want to feel sometimes when our heart is wide open. So that's the message that I'm getting there, with the heart being kind of showing us that it's open and showing us that it's also kind of imbalanced. So let's see what kind of movement we were going to do for the body guru. So reverse tabletop breath of fire. Okay, reverse tabletop breath of fire. To do that, let's first talk about breath of fire. So what breath of fire is, it's a warming breath, and it's a very energizing breath for your solar plexus chakra. And what you do is you breathe half breaths. You pull your navel to your spine on the inhale, and then release it on the exhale, but it's short half breaths, like, and you kind of pump your belly, you pump your abdomen. So a good way to practice is to stick your tongue out and act like you're breathing like a dog, like, see how my belly's pumping? Now close your mouth and do that through your nose. So your belly's just pumping, and you're taking just short inhales and half breaths on the exhales, half breaths on the inhales. So that's the breath work. Now the pose that we're going to be doing is reverse tabletop, which is pretty easy pose, but you do have to hold it. So you lie on your back and you put your legs straight up in the air. Sorry, my dog is right here, so I'm trying not to squish her. So you put your legs straight up in the air and you put your arms straight up in the air. So we're going to hold this position for 3 minutes while we breathe in breath of fire. Okay? So now this is very important. If your body physically feels uncomfortable in any way, then please stop. But if it's the breath that you don't like doing, or if you just don't want to hold the pose anymore and you're like, man, I don't want to do this anymore, then I encourage you to push through that. Because in the moments that you're pushing through, when you kind of feel like you don't want to do something anymore because it doesn't feel very comfortable, uncomfortable meaning mentally. If it's uncomfortable physically, then please stop. But if it's uncomfortable for you mentally, then these are the moments that we are self-regulating, learning to self-regulate our nervous system. And these are the moments that are healing our nervous system. Because our nervous system heals in moments when our body is when we learn to be in discomfort. And we're learning to regulate our nervous system in those moments when our body's feeling really uncomfortable. Okay, so just a little side note before we begin. Also, if you are on your moon cycle, don't do breath of fire, because it's very warming to that area of your body, and you know, things are coming out, but we're pulling energy in. So if you're on your moon cycle, just do long, deep breathing. Don't do the breath work for breath of fire. Okay, guys, we're going to be here for 3 minutes. You can do it. And if at any time I'm stopping because I'm just holding space for you, and I have things I want to tell you about the movement, but just keep going until I invite you to stop after the 3 minutes. Okay, friends? All right. So get into our tabletop position. Arms straight up, legs straight up. Breath of fire. Go. Pump that belly. Really powerful, short half breaths. Something you may be feeling while your body is in this position, what's happening is all of the blood from your arms and your legs are pooling up in your abdomen. And so your pumping this energy of this revitalization, of this powerful energy, of this breath of fire energy, this very powerful breath. It's invigorating. You're pumping that into your blood that's all pooling up in your abdomen right now. And then once we're out of this position, it's going to recirculate that blood that's just been energized through your breath work back into your body. That's going to bring you into a kind of a reprogrammed state for your blood. It's also clearing any emotional pathways that you may have happening right now that that we were talking about, as far as like healing our heart chakra and having our heart chakra be a little more open and open to receive. It's healing any of those emotional pathways right now in our body. We have 1 more minute here, guys. 1 more minute. Keep going. It's also really great for your upper brachial nervous system in your shoulders and your throat. Ten more seconds, guys. You can do it. I believe in you. Go, go, go. All right, inhale. Hold the breath. Hold, hold, hold. And release it through the nose. Just pull your knees into your chest and just allow the breath to relax, your body to relax, and just sit for a moment and relax your breath. And when you're ready, roll over to your side and then push yourself up. And then come sit back into easy pose or crisscross applesauce. Put your hands on your knees with your palms facing up and just sit for a moment. Just absorb all of that revitalized energy that we just charged up in our body. Just allow it to circulate. All that charge that we just circulated in our blood, that we just charged in our abdomen, allow it to circulate in your blood now. And when you're ready, rub your palms together. How was that, guys? I do invite you to journal maybe for a minute or two. Maybe feel what's happening in your body. Write about it. If anything comes up for you as far as like clearing those emotional pathways that we talked about, now would be a good time to write about it. And yeah, I'm going to close this reading energetically with a long sat and a short nam. You are more than welcome to join me. That's not your jam. I'll catch you in the next reading. Thanks for being here. Sat Nam.